The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world. Hello, and welcome to Thursday, December 14th, 2023. 11 days till Christmas. Are you ready? My tree is up. My faraway family's presents are bought. I made one of 6 presents I need to make last night. And my house will take about an hour to get into company shape. Not that I've invited anyone over yet. I guess the main thing that isn't ready yet is the ground. Where is all the snow? Anyone taking bets on it being green, brown, and dead looking for Christmas this year? I had a bit of a dilemma the other day. I went to a class and the lady teaching it confidently said, "Hi, Sky," when I walked in. And she's one of those people who works really hard to show care to every person she meets and makes it a point to say your name when she's talking to you. So as she taught, she called me Sky maybe 7 or 8 times. Now, the dilemma comes near the end of the evening when we went around the room and introduced ourselves and said what we do. Did I introduce myself as Sky, which is my husband's name? And if I did, should I say what he does for work? Or do I say, I'm Sky and I work at Mix 103.7? Well, that's weird. There isn't a Sky on air here. And if people said, what do you do there? I'd have to really come up with more lies to go along with it. People would know. Or do I suddenly leave the room when it's my turn? I settled on being truthful. Hi, I'm Steph. I work at Mix 103.7. The lady didn't flinch, but she did laugh with me at the end about it. Christmas is such a time of nostalgia. Oftentimes, the things you unwrap from boxes are family heirlooms or things you got for your house because you had one just like it growing up. How about your Christmas tree? My mom had the most beautiful tree. People would always say, "Is this tree real?" I remember when she brought it home in a big box in January and said we didn't need to open it because it was a Christmas tree and we could open it next December. What? That's a full year away. I would have been happy to be an artificial tree person my whole life. Buy one that looks real and full and you can manipulate the branches to hold on tight to your ornaments. Makes sense to me. Year after year, you just open the box and there it is, ready to be assembled. But 9 years ago, I marry a guy who insists we get a real tree. It has turned into one of the most joyous days of the year as we head out for the hunt. Every year we're looking for a right, straight, full tree. But we live in the great white very north, and sometimes straight and full are hard to find. And once we're out there looking at all the beautifully imperfect trees, it's hard to remember why we need that. We've come home with tall and sparse, wide and disgruntled, double trunks, and oopsies, that one might have been dead before we cut it down. But this year, we found one that I've affectionately named the Leaning Tree of Christmas. It was in the forest, reaching nearly sideways for light. And it reminded me of a tree that does the same out over Lake Superior at my parents' cottage. And when we saw it, it wouldn't have mattered if there was a spotlight on the straightest, fullest tree in the forest. This sideways branch was coming home with us. I am in love. My husband made it a custom stand. It includes lots of wood and a vice grip to keep its leaning self up. And we could only put our most sentimental ornaments on it because it really doesn't have that many branches. But I wonder if next year our criteria will be to find one that looks just like this. Every time I look at it, I'm reminded of an ornament that my mom sent me last year with a picture of Lake Superior on it. It says, "All hearts come home at Christmas." And this tree sure feels like home. My husband bought another vehicle the other day. It's a little Dodge Dakota. This is his 6th one. It's like if you post one of those little trucks, he needs it in his driveway. A year and a half ago, he had only ever owned one, but he sold it for what he thought was something better with 4-wheel drive. And thus began our journey of him trying to get back what he lost when he said goodbye to that little green truck. So he bought this little red truck and needed to get it registered before he could bring it home. And when we went to pick it up together, the battery was dead. We went home, plugged in our battery charger, went about our evening, and at 10:30 last night he said, "Can we go get my new truck?" So into the car we got and over to this business in Gregoire where it was parked, and it was pitch black out there. No lights, just the ones coming from my car. And he opens the hood and he starts trying to get this thing started, and I keep thinking, we are the people folks post about in the neighborhood groups. We look like thieves. Under the cover of the black of night, we've come to get this vehicle and we're not leaving without it. It took 10 minutes for the battery to charge enough to be able to push the brake and put it in reverse. And then we silently rolled out of there and back to our house. And surprisingly, no police knocked on our door. We'll see what happens when those dark businesses check their security cameras today. But crossing our fingers, we look too determined and invested not to be the rightful owners of this thing. Hopefully, 6 is a charm. And I'm not telling you another story about a 7th Dodge Dakota in a month or 2. I have a special guest co-host in studio with me today. This is your first time here. Hello, Jeff Batchelor.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I'm so glad to see you. You're such a smiley guy at all times, even at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, I know you, of course, from being like the star salesman at Legacy Dodge. Can I learn anything else about you this morning? Who is Jeff Batchelor aside from cars?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like I've got an Encyclopedia Britannica collection worth of stories to tell, so I'm very grateful to be here this morning. I spent 10 years as a travel agent, which a lot of people don't know. Visited almost 30 countries, been all over the world, lots of music festivals, lots of, things that are very unique to this wonderful world. But I did that for about 10 years.
Wow.
So a whole nother lifetime ago, I was living out of a backpack and exploring this great earth.
Okay, so as a travel agent, then you must have all the best travel tips, right? Do you have any little known facts that we should employ the next time we're trying to book a trip?
100%. If there's anything that is absolutely specific and particular about your trip, you do actually need to book it as quick as possible, because the world of travel isn't as infinite as most people believe or dream it to be. So if you need to leave on a Tuesday morning, or if you need this specific hotel, or if you've got a group of 10 people, do not wait to the last minute. Now, on the flip side, if none of that stuff matters, you can wake up in the morning, head down to the airport, book a ticket, and have the adventure of a lifetime. But just know that if there's something finite about your trip, do not leave that up to chance.
Jeff, we've been chatting a little bit about your shopping style in your marriage, where you just kind of get to show up and your wife does all the work.
Yeah, I'm incredibly grateful and fortunate for someone who remembers everything. She makes sure that I never forget anybody on my Christmas list.
That's pretty amazing. And then she does the shopping too, right? Like, you just are like, all right, thank you. What did I get them?
Yeah, I absolutely hate shopping, which might surprise a lot of people. I'm in and out of the grocery store like I got a stopwatch on. I'm in and out of there in a minute flat, whereas my wife enjoys shopping, so I let her do as much of it as her heart contents.
You are so lucky. Last night, my husband and I decided to go to the mall together, and we've been kind of chatting about, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want? Let's go take a walk around the mall. And as soon as we got there, he's like, let's split it up. And I was like, split up? I thought we were going for a nice evening stroll through the nice warm mall. And so then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll do some Christmas shopping for you. I went to Kohl's. One store. I wasn't even through the checkout yet when he texted and said, I'm done, let's go home. And I was like, what do you mean you're done? It was less than 10 minutes, and this man told me that he had gone to every store in the mall.
He was on a mission. He already knew what he was going to do. That was premeditated. He purposely said, hey, let's split for a minute. He knew exactly where he was going. I call his bluff that he actually went to multiple stores.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. And I think he shops like you. I think he must have had his stopwatch on. He was like, Jeff Batchelor style, let's go. Experts are now saying that the standing desk is out and sitting on the floor while you work is in. So they'd like you to sit down, maybe cross-legged, and get all your work done from, 4 feet less.
The thought of sitting on the floor cross-legged scares me. I am so not flexible. I am almost 40, and that sounds like the scariest thing I've ever heard.
Well, this is the thing. They're saying that will increase your flexibility and your mobility. So perhaps sitting on the floor is exactly what you need, Jeff.
Yeah, I'll pass.
No, you're like, absolutely not. Now, I'm trying to picture your office. So mine has carpet, but there's a lot of wheelie chairs that roll over it. So it's pretty pushed down. But you have tiled floor?
Yeah, tiled floor, salt, mud, water, boots, cars, you name it. Definitely not a very inviting place to sit. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, the experts have not said if you should bring a pillow to work. And I'm also wondering about the state of your computer. Are you supposed to bring a children's table to work, or are you going to slouch over to use your laptop? I just feel like the logistics of this haven't really been figured out yet.
I could just picture a showroom or an office full of those TV trays that you put in front of your TV to eat dinner, but on the lowest setting. So everyone's got these little laptops on these TV trays as they lay down, like laid flat out on the ground.
Yeah, everybody's going to walk in and be like, low budget this month? Couldn't pay for desks? Or what's going on? No, this is a new thing.
Yeah.
And a list of things that probably didn't need to be invented. At the top of mine right now is Doritos flavored vodka.
Wow, especially from somebody who loves Doritos as much as I do, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. The person who made it said that he really wanted to embody the feeling and smell of when you open a bag of Doritos, and then as well as the taste minus the crunch, and he's really happy with the results.
Oh, that's the worst. The crunch is the best part. That's the reason why people buy Doritos. I mean, if you open a bag of barbecue, smells delicious. Sweet chili heat, smells delicious. You open a bag of Cool Ranch, smells like feet.
Oh.
I dare you, try me on that. Smell Doritos, smell your shoe. Cool Ranch, same thing.
Oh, that's so gross, Jeff. Oh my gosh. Well, it did say that he did try to make Cool Ranch, but he said he wasn't happy with the result yet. So you could have vodka feet flavored.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
love my cocktails to smell like feet.
Who doesn't?
From entertainment to music and anything in between, this is The Buzz.
Brought to you by Foy Medispa. Visit them online at foymedispa.ca.
It's a Taylor's world, and we're just living in it. She arrived at a New York restaurant to celebrate her 34th birthday last night, and when she got out of her car, the paparazzi all started singing to her.
Beautiful. Happy birthday, Queen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Taylor. Happy birthday to you.
While everyone else is on Taylor watch, I'm on Travis watch. Where's Travis Kelce? What was he wearing?
Oh, dear.
And Love is Blind lovers rejoice. We're getting not one, but 2 more seasons of the show. Vanessa Lachey announced on her Instagram the other day that 6 and 7 are in the works, and 6 will drop on Valentine's Day.
Forget going out. I'm parking myself on the couch and watching all the dysfunction unfold. It's time for Impossible Christmas Trivia. The deck was last updated in 1996. We've each picked 2 questions we think the other might have a chance at getting. Jeff, ask me first.
All right, in Frosty the Snowman, who brought Frosty back to life?
Oh, who did? I think it was the little girl.
Santa Claus.
Ah, shoot. I guess I get this. Okay, Jeff, in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what does Clarice sing to Rudolph?
Happy birthday?
That's what Frosty says.
All right, these are proving to be impossible. Although this deck's 20 years old, the cards feel nice and new. I'm wondering if you can name the 3 kings.
The 3 kings?
Yeah, the ones that brought all the things to the little baby Jesus.
We 3 kings of Orient are bearing gifts. We traverse a far field. And... No, they don't name them in that.
Oh, well, they name them on this card. So another buzzer for you. Caspar, Melchior, and Balthazar.
Who knows those? Oh my gosh. Was that the easiest one on that card? Jeepers. Traditionally, what is the average number of ornaments on a Christmas tree? 75 or 105?
75.
Oh, Jeff! Good job! You got one! Well, Jeff, it's been a ton of fun having you here this morning. Thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Now, if you missed it or you want to hear more, you can always go listen to our podcast. Jeff will be featured on it today. Just search Mix Mornings and More on your podcast app, or you can head to our website to find it. But as for us, we got to get out of here. So I hope your day's looking on the bright side.
And I hope you show somebody you love them.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.